attention of sports and non-sports fans alike. Though the fighters have yet to step into the ring, the city of Las Vegas and the sport of boxing have already scored a massive knockout.
Mayweather and Pacquiao, 138, 136, their lifespan in the sport will be relatively short. We have to, recognize that. But in the wing, they're tremendously talented young people, young fighters that are going to be marquee, that people are going to really fall in love with. As people pour into this town for this fight, many of whom without any prayer of having a ticket, just to be here, it helps the economy. It's a real boom to the economy.
The sport has floundered badly over the past several years, and events like Pacquiao Mayweather shows that boxing still sells. The interest generated in the fight, which takes place at the MGM's Grand Garden Arena, has already registered near record numbers for a boxing match.
We're already at the point of this being the third biggest fight that we've ever booked here at the MGM Grand, and I would imagine in another 12 hours or so, we'll be surpassing the biggest fight that we ever booked, which was Mayweather-Canelo, and it's not even to the weekend yet. So I think what we're going to do to this fight is probably 2.5 times larger than what we've ever done to any boxing match in the state of Nevada.
Pacquiao is a 2-1 underdog for a fight that's expected to stand by coming now up to $120 million. And Mayweather, who is guaranteed at least $120 million, has predicted his unbeaten record of 47 wins would remain perfect. Well, for more on this historic fight, we're now joined by Ryan Songalia, a staff reporter at The Ring magazine. He's also a member of the Boxing Writers Association of America, and he joins us from Las Vegas. Ryan, I'm sure you're very excited for this fight, and many are calling this the fight of the century or the fight of the generation. Do you think, though, it's more hype than substance?
I think that it will be very difficult to live up to the hype because of how, of just the magnitude. But I think that you do have two of the best fighters in the world fighting at the same weight class. That happens very rarely. There's a reason why this fight has been so highly anticipated, and I think that these two gentlemen are very competitive. That's the thing. Everyone is attracted to winners, and we have the two men who have personified winning in the sport, or just in sports in general, for about 10-15 years. So I think that the hype is justified. It'll just be very difficult to live up to.
Now, there have been many occasions in the past where the fight between these two gentlemen have been predicted but did not happen. So do you think this time round that's where this demand is coming from, because of that expectation in the past?
Well, whenever you tease somebody with something, you make them want it more. And Mayweather had a good point the other day. He said that the fight was a $50 million fight before. Now it's a $150, $200 million fight. So he must have done something right in that respect. But I think that the reason why, I think it was good for both fighters that it took a little bit longer, because they were able to cash checks in the meantime. Mayweather, of course, had the 2013 fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez, which did record numbers. And Pacquiao has been making $20-30 million every time he fights. So they were able to make some money in the meantime, and now they're going to make a lot of money.
Right. Speaking of Pacquiao, though, I mean, his chances, he's being rated as the underdog right now. What do you think?
I think that, the odds can say he's 2-1, but when the bell rings, it's one guy against one guy, so it's always 1-1. But, the odds, it's funny because, the bettors, there hasn't been a lot of movement on the line, but I've seen some interesting prop bets moving. I've seen a lot of people bet, draw was bet down from 22-1 to 10-1, and a Pacquiao knockout in 8 rounds was bet down from 35-1 to 15-1. So there have been some interesting bets here, but most of the people who I've spoken with, just the boxers, the analysts, almost everyone is picking Mayweather. So if you're gonna really say it's, put an odd on it, it may actually be 1,000,000 to 1. But I guess that's why you have the fights.
Right, absolutely. Now, although Mayweather did say that he's going to retire in September, though, Pacquiao, on the other hand, said he's not ready to retire yet, no matter the outcome of the fight. So, considering his age, of course, do you think he still has some years left in his career?
Well, he has a contract with Top Rank that runs through the end of 2016. Bob Arum yesterday said that he feels that Pacquiao will have another fight in 2016. Or at least his last fight will be in 2016, and he's looking to do it in the Philippines at the Philippine Arena. And the one fighter who he named was Terrence Crawford, who is the reigning Boxing Writers Association Fighter of the Year. Last year, he won 3 big fights on HBO, and many look to him as being the next big star. So it may be in a situation where Pacquiao might have to face the guy who wants to take the torch from him. But we'll see how that goes out, because you can never plan too far in the future, as we've seen even with this Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight.
Right, interesting indeed. Thank you so much for your insights there. Ryan Songalia, staff reporter at the Ring Magazine, joining us from Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Unhappiness in the southern Indian.
Hey Ryan, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a nice
Ring,
day. Bye-bye.
ring.